Queen Elizabeth II is a name that resonates around the globe. With her bold hats and stoic demeanor, she was the last of the old world royal matriarchs. Elizabeth, married to her distant cousin Prince Philip, reigned during years of social and political change. She was born into the royal Windsor family April 1926. She came to the throne after the death of her father, King George VI, in 1953, and in doing so became the Queen of the Commonwealth, which, in addition to England, includes Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica, the Bahamas, and 11 other countries, with a combined population of 128 million people. But with power came problems, and Elizabeth saw her share in a family that was rocked by scandals several times. The first major scandal involved a royal with a reputation for loving the fast life, the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, or as the world called her, Fergie. Her divorce from the Duke of York didn't sit well with the Queen either. The same year, the marriage of Prince Charles and Princess Diana dissolved. There was tension inside Buckingham Palace. Elizabeth was said not to be keen on Diana. Happy birthday! At the Queen's 70th birthday party, neither Fergie nor Diana were invited. No one really made too much of that, but the Queen would definitely see a reaction with the death of Princess Diana. It became a massive media spectacle. Millions mourned her death at a memorial outside Buckingham Palace. But it hit the British people especially hard, and it forced the Queen to do something she is said to dislike: speak on camera.
I, for one, believe there are lessons to be drawn from her life and from the extraordinary and moving reaction to her death. I share in your determination to cherish her memory.
The 2002 Golden Jubilee, her 50-year anniversary on the throne, was a huge celebration that seemed to help heal the country. And in her last visit to the United States in 2007, she helped to celebrate the 400th anniversary of Jamestown, Virginia, the first successful British colony. And in royal fashion, Her Majesty attended the Kentucky Derby and wrapped up her visit with a white tie affair at the White House. In 2021, family drama for the world to see would unfold again. Prince Harry and his wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, forcing the Queen to release a statement following a bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey. The Queen was said to be saddened to learn of the challenges the couple faced as members of the royal family, which they said forced them to give up their royal duties. The interview, the source of tension between Prince Harry and his brother, Prince William. But they set the rift aside when just a month later, their grandfather, Prince Philip, passed away at 99. Queen Elizabeth sat alone at the funeral of her husband of 73 years. Even the British monarchy couldn't shield the royal family from the impact of a global pandemic. In June of 2022, the Queen marked 70 years on the throne with a series of Jubilee events. People from all over the world descended upon London to mark the milestone. Palace officials say the Queen was unable to attend all of the festivities due to limited mobility. But the then 96-year-old monarch did make a surprise appearance on the most famous balcony in the world for what would turn out to be the very last time.